Yma, yn yr Rhyl, mae Ruth Pritchard wedi bod yn chwilio am ei hen daid.
My great-grandfather, who was born in 1874, started playing football for local teams when he was 16 in 1890. He started his refereeing career in 1894. That's when he kind of turned to officiating as opposed to playing. He was a referee in North Wales, and he was a Class A registered referee, so he refereed in North Wales. He also was registered in Liverpool and Cheshire, so he did a lot of refereeing. And in 1907, at the international match between Scotland and Wales, which was played at the racecourse ground in Wrexham, he was a linesman, and he got an international cap for that, which we've still got in the family.
Mwyn dysgu mwy am ei hen daid, aeth Ruth I Archifau Sir Ddinbych.
My friend and I were interested in family history, and we used to come along for the day. And I thought, oh, I know, whilst I'm here, I will look for the obituary for my great-grandfather who died in July 1908. So I got the reel for the weekly news for the week after he died, looking for the obituary. But instead of the obituary, I found a big piece about the annual general meeting of the local North Wales Coast Football League. And there was so much information there, and it was talking about him as if he was still alive. That even though the date of publication was after he died, so it was quite poignant. And there was so much information there. But most importantly, there was a photograph. So as I turned onto that page, there he was. He was literally looking at me, in the eyes, as if he'd been waiting for me to turn that reel, and there he was. So it was definitely one of those eureka moments. On one of the reports I found, they called him Little Frankie. So yeah, he was a big man. I think he was big in personality as well. And obviously the reporter or the journalist in the local paper was quite witty and often referred to him as Little Frankie. Well, I think the football scene at the time obviously was hugely community-based, and I think the North Wales coast football scene was quite lively. This team, all towns were involved.
Mae clwb pêl-droed y Rhyl wedi parhau'n rhan gref o'r gymuned.
Rhyl Football Club is definitely the linchpin of Rhyl, and they're still getting stronger and stronger season by season.
I don't think he'd recognise big football, if you like, or international football, because obviously it's hugely different to it was over a century ago. So I think if he was a linesman today between Scotland and Wales, I think it would be hugely different. I think he'd recognise Rhyl Football Club. Yeah, it still has really strong links with the community and is well known in the town. I think the town are proud of it. So in that sense, yeah, I think he would recognise Rhyl Football Club today.
We have thousands of researchers like Ruth. They can be doing anything from family history, local history, academic research. Thousands of people a year come into our office to use the archives here. The staff are always on hand to help. We'll help you out, find out which sorts of documents you need to look at to find out the information that you need.
Oh, I would say to anybody who's thinking about coming to the archives, I mean, absolutely come. It's a great experience. I mean, the staff are helpful. There's no need to be intimidated at all. There's so much you can find out, even if it's not your own family history, old newspapers. There's so much to interest everybody. And as I say, even if it's not family history, local history, newspapers, the history of your community, the history of your house, there's just so much. As I say, my friend and I used to make a day out of it, and we used to have a marvellous time.